Zara and Zen were both excited to grow a few plants on their terrace. For this, Zen had got a few pots. When it was time for planting the saplings, he noticed that Zara had bought a different kind of soil. It looked black in color. Zen was confused as to why would we need a different soil. Can't we plant the saplings with the same soil that he got from the beach? Zara explained that this soil will not allow his saplings to grow well. But he was insistent on using his own soil. A few weeks later, Zara's saplings started growing so well that a few even had flowers blossoming. Zen's plants, however, did not grow at all. He wished he had listened to Zara's suggestions. But what was so wrong with this soil? Why did it not support the growth of plants? Let's understand this by knowing the various types of soil. There are a few basic categories in which soil can be divided. Let's understand these first. Here we can find 4 different samples of soil collected from different areas. Apart from being present in different zones, these samples have a lot of difference in their properties as well. Let's find out why and how. If we zoom in, then the first thing we notice in this soil is that the soil particles are quite large. They are circular or precisely granular in appearance. This type of soil is called sandy soil. Sand, which appears on the beach? Yes, it's the same type we're referring to. If we pour some water in this, then the soil does not retain it. It immediately drains off all the water. The major reason for this is the size of particles and the space between them. The particles are very large and have a lot of space between them. That is the reason why sand cannot hold water or even minerals. Needless to say, this type of soil is unfit for growth of plants. Next in the list is this soil sample. Do you notice that the particles are too small and not at all like the sand particles? This soil type is called silt. Silt has particles smaller than sand and also less space between them. That's the reason why silt has the capacity to hold some water. The next category is this soil. The soil which has extremely fine particles in it. The soil grains are too tiny to be seen. Does that indicate that these will have particles which have almost very little space between them? Yes, and this clearly indicates that the soil is capable of holding a lot of water. Such a type of soil is called clay. Is this the same clay which we use to make articles by molding it? Absolutely. It's useful in making several articles like earthenware. However, the same quality of holding a lot of water is unfavorable for farmers. Clay cannot be used in agriculture. Since it retains a lot of water, there is a possibility that roots of some plants get spoiled easily. Hence, clay can be boon to a potter, but it's pretty much useless to a farmer. Now let's have a look at the last type. What kind of soil is this? It appears blackish in color and at the same time the texture is completely different. The soil has both larger and smaller particles present in it. This type is called the loamy soil. Not only the different particles, but the soil has humus as well. Yes, the organic matter formed from the dead decaying animal or plant body is called humus. So is it due to the presence of humus that this soil is black in color? Absolutely. And it even has a lot of mineral and nutrient content. If we pour water in this sample, then it will hold some amount of water, draining the excess. Don't you think this will be of pretty good use in agriculture? Of course, yes. Loamy is the ideal soil for agriculture. It is a storehouse of several nutrients and at the same time has a capacity to hold water in the required amount. This was all about the various types of soil in general. Now we know why Zara's plants grew well and Zen's did not. Zara used loamy soil while Zen, who got the soil from a beach, was using sandy soil. So the next time when you want to grow some plants, keep these points in mind.